Now today topic, post-fertilization events. Post-fertilization events. After double fertilization, what are the changes occur? That is called as events. 4 major events after the double fertilization: formation of endosperm, formation of embryo, seed formation, fruit formation. This is the major events after double fertilization. Hence, now today topic is post-fertilization events. Now before going to this, just now see, this is the bisexual flower. You know, bisexual flower. Stamen, pistil. Okay, right. They undergoes gamete formation. Right. Among this is pistil. Among the pistil, this is now ovary. Right. Pistil. Ovary, style, stigma. Among these 3, it is a functional part. Now, a functional part I was taken. Now, what is this? Ovary. The ovary containing ovule. Now, it is the actual structure of ovule. In this ovule, it is a chalazarian, integuments, protective layers. 2 is there, outer integument, inner integument. Now, this is the tissue, nucellus. Now, it is containing embryo sac. Now, it is an inverted ovule, is called as anatropous ovule. This ovule, now this is the total ovule, just 1 second back. This is the total ovule, right? In this ovule present in ovary. Ovary is a part of pistil. Now, what is this total? Ovule. Now, come to this. What is this inner part of ovule? Embryo sac. Now, I take an embryo sac. See, embryo sac inside the ovule. Ovule is inside the ovary. Now, what is this? Embryo sac. Matured embryo sac. This is the 3 antipodals: LCC, large central cell, egg, synergitis, polar. All this is called as mature embryos. Right. In angiosperm, double fertilization is occurred in the embryo sac. So, after double fertilization, right. Now it is fertilized embryo sac. Now it is mature embryo sac. It is fertilized embryo sac. That means after fertilization, these antipodals are degenerated. This synergitis is also generated. Now see, among these 2, it is not egg. It is a zygote. It is not pen. Now it is not polar nucleus. It is a pen. Now pen. Now this is the cytoplasm. Antipodals are degenerated. Synergitis is degenerated. What is the remaining? Zygote, pen. Now what is this? Previous it is called as LCC, but it is called as PEC. Now name this one nucleus. Pen. Primary endosperm nucleus. Hence it is primary endosperm cell containing pen. Hence this is called as primary endosperm cell. C for cell, N for nucleus. Nucleus is present in cell is present in nucleus. The nucleus is present in cell, hence it is called primary endosperm cell. Now this is the total cell. Name the total cell. Primary endosperm cell containing pen and also gel. Now this is the fertilized embryos. All are degenerated. Now after the double fertilization, right, sepals, petals, stamen, stigma, style is a dry and form. That means only ovary is a continue to the next generation. In this total flower, which part which bond is become continuity for the next generation after double fertilization. After double fertilization, these two are petals. These two are, this is the, suppose these are the petals, stamens is wither. Wither means dry and fall. Now, similarly, style stigma is also wither. Now, what is the remaining? Only this part. This part is nothing, ovary. This ovary is remains and continue to be. Right. Next generation after double fertilization is also. Now, ovary, ovule, embryo sac, mature embryo sac, fertilizer, embryo sac. Now, this is a series of diagram which is helps to easily understand. Now, one by one. Now, what is this? Formation of endosperm. What is endosperm? What is endosperm? Endosperm. Right. Now, see, most important. Endosperm development precedes embryo development. Formation of endosperm, formation of embryo, seed formation, fruit formation. This is the 4 events after the double fertilization. But among these 4, first event starts with formation of endosperm. As see this sentence, you catch this sentence. Endosperm development precedes the embryo development. That means among these 2, which is the first development? Endosperm. Because why endosperm development is the first? Because what is this? Embryo. This embryo require a food. That food is nothing, endosperm. Endosperm. This endosperm formed from sperm. Now see, it is a fertilizer embryo sac. Fertilizer embryo sac. Now what it is? It is the only nucleus. Name sperm. Right. It all these are cytoplasm. Now what it is? Zygote. Good. This zygote is undergoes division. Zygote is a single cell. This single cell diploid zygote is undergoes division and form tissue. The tissue is nothing embryo. That means embryo formation. Embryo formation from zygote. Without zygote, there is no embryo. Embryo is a multicellular, zygote is a unicellular. How unicellular zygote become multicellular embryo? By division and differentiation. Division and differentiation. Now what is this? First of all, zygote. What is the level? Cell level. What is the ploidy? Diploid. The diploid cell, that is zygote, undergoes mitotic division with differentiation and form multicellular embryo. Okay, but this embryo requires food. Due to this, before zygote, now what is this? Pad, nucleus. See, now, nucleus, just like that. Now, be careful. Now, see, now what is this? What is this? Total is embryo cell. Among this embryo cell, it is primary endosperm cell. Okay. Now, in the cell, a large cell containing small cell. This small cell is zygote. Now, what is this? Nucleus. Name the nucleus pen. Pen is the nucleus. Generally, right? You take any cell containing nucleus. Without nucleus, there is no cell. So, it is a cell. If it is a cell, it must contain a nucleus. That nucleus is called a pen. The pen is the nucleus of PVC. Right. But this nucleus is diploid. Right? Now, start. The only nucleus is undergoes karyokinesis, but not complete cell. Zygote remains as a zygote. Now I am saying nuclear division, but not cell division. Which nucleus? Pen. Due to this, now PEC, primary endosperm cell. Zygote is as it is now. Now this is the two nucleus. Now binucleated. Again these two divide. 4 become 8. 8 becomes 16. Like multinucleus. This multinucleus is floating in the cytoplasm. Now, later, now this is the nucleus, this is the nucleus, this is the nucleus. Now this is the cytoplasm. Right. Later, each nucleus become cell by the developing of cell membrane plasma. Now this is zygote is as it is. Now see what is this? Embryo cell. Among the embryo cell, what is this name of cell? PEC. Is containing how many nuclei? Single nuclei. Name the nuclei. Pen. Ploidy. Triploid. Now the total structure is as it is, but only nuclear division is occur and become 2. 2 become 4. 4 becomes 16. Like only nuclear division and form multinuclear. Now it is intermediate. It is the file. Now each nucleus develop the cytoplasm. Develop the cell membrane and become cells. How many cells? Some thousands of cells. This thousands of cells is nothing tissue. This tissue is nothing endosperm. Right? Now, it is initial stage, it is a final stage. But it is the middle stage. In this middle stage, you can notice it is only nuclear cell. Nuclear. Without any membrane. It is pre-nuclear endosperm. It is cellular endosperm. See, without this stage there is no this stage. It is the tissue. Just catch the point. How many cells? Thousands. Right. It is a group of cell or single cell? Group of cell. Group of cell is nothing tissue. Name the tissue. Endosperm. Now this endosperm has a cells only nucleus. Cell. But before this, nucleus. That is pre-nuclear endosperm become cellular endosperm. For example, you take in our daily life a tender coconut. Coconut water is example for pre-nucleus. Yes, if you leave the tender coconut to the plant after 1 month, when you take the coconut and break it, you will get some white kernel, kernel. This is called cellular. That means tender coconut water is example for pre-nuclear endosperm. White kernel of coconut is example for cellular endosperm. But without this stage, this is not. It is the last final stage. It is intermediate stage. This is. But all these stages come from only pen. Now, in this development of endosperm, zygote is not involved. Still, zygote is retained as inactive. Now, after the formation of this endosperm, now it will be take the division and form the embryo with consuming of the food. The zygote, now it is divided after the formation of endosperm, because the endosperm is the food of developing embryo. Hence, when you go to the definition of endosperm, what is endosperm? Triploid nutritive tissue. triploid nutritive tissue for developing embryo. Developing embryo is called as embryo. Right. Now with this the first event is born. Now what is the next one? Formation of embryo. Right. Right. Now the second event, formation of embryo. Correct. It is somewhat difficulty. Now keep concentration. Right. Embryo. Right. Zygote. It is fertilized embryo sac. It is zygote. The zygote gives embryo. Now, in this equation, say zygote. The zygote is next step through embryo. Globular embryo, heart-shaped embryo, mature embryo. Right. Now, suppose, now you see, it is a zygote. What is the level of zygote? Cellular tissue, cell. Diploid and applied, diploid. It is a cell. It undergoes mitosis and become two cells. Again, two cells is undergoes another mitotic division. 4 cells. Like this, the zygote undergoes repeated mitosis and form a group of cells. Now, it is the globular embryo. How globular embryo? Who formed the globular embryo? Zygote. Without zygote, there is no globular embryo. But how it is formed? Repeated mitosis. This repeated mitosis with differentiation, division and differentiation. Right. Okay? Now, after the formation of globular embryo, the central part is undergoes some invagination, ingrowth, and from heart shape. Now once again, see, it is some globe. Now this is all the cells, some thousands of cells. Right. It is a central part. Now this is the peripheral part. Now what is the name of stage? Globular embryo. Alright. Towards base and central basal part is undergoes invagination. As due to this, it is appeared like a heart shape. Now it is a heart shaped embryo. In this heart shaped embryo, right, it is the central part. Now this is the peripheral part. The central part, right, it is undergoes continuous growth like this. This, what is this for? Right. This is the hands are peripheral. This is the central main axis. The total body, it is the total body. It is axis, it is the lateral parts are peripheral. Right. Now, it is the globular part containing 3 parts. It is central part. It is the 2 lateral parts. Now, after the formation of heart shape, the central part is undergoes rapid growth and form axis. It is called as embryological axis. Alright. This is the total. Alright. Now. Alright. Embryonal axis. It is axis. Now what is this root? Later. It is called as cartilagens. So the cartilagens is also part of embryo. Alright. Which part? Central or lateral parts? Lateral part. Between the 2 cartilagens, what is this? embryological axis. Now, this embryological axis, right, just listen. Now, cotyledon axis. What is the stage on the stage? Right. Now, see, what is this two? Cotyledons. In heart-shaped embryo, cotyledons are lateral parts and central part. Lateral. What is the central axis? This axis can grow. After the growth of embryological axis, see the diagram. Just focus. Now, just listen. This is the this is the what is this total axis? Embryological axis. This is the part of embryological axis above the level of cotyledons. Now it is the head. It is the forelimb. Head is above the forelimb or parallel to forelimb. It is the forelimb. Now what is this head? The head is parallel to forelimb or above forelimb? Above the forelimb. Similarly, what is this total axis? In this axis, now we take this part. This part of embryological axis above the level of cotyledons. Above the cotyledons. Now, what is this? It is also embryological axis below the level of cotyledon. See, whatever it may be. Now, it is threaded. So, now, this is something X and X. Now it is the Y. The Y is more length than the X. Is it? This part of Y, this is the part of Y, is above the X. This is another part of Y below the level of X. Say, this X is nothing cotyledon. This Y is nothing embryological axis. Now, right. Now what is this? Embryological axis. A part of embryological axis which is above the level of cotyledon is called as epicotyle. Are you catching the point? Right. Now, the part of embryological axis which is below the level of cotyledon is hypothalamic. There is no special name which is present between the cotyledons. We don't. That means what is total axis? Axis upper part epicotyle, lower part is hypothalamic. Basura cotyledon. Now what is this total? The end of epicotyle. This is the end. This is all these are epicotyle. This end terminate epicotyle end terminate as plumule. This plumule gives subsystem. Now what is this? Hypocotyle. Hypocotyle terminate as radical. Right, once again. Now, see, it is a heart shape. In this heart shape, that is the central part. It is the lateral parts. The lateral parts become cotyledons. Now, central part become axis, embryonic axis. But this embryonic axis, some part of embryonic axis above this is above. This part is below level of cotyledon. This is above. Right. This part is parallel. Now it is called as epicondyl, it is hypo. The end of epicondyl, terminal part of epicondyl, plumule. The plumule is responsible to form the shoot system. The hypocotyl terminate as a radical. The radical is responsible to form the root system. Now this is about the embryo formation. Right. The next one, seed formation, fruit formation. Now, how many total events? 4. Among these 4, first event, formation of embryo. After that, formation of embryo. During embryo formation, during the embryonic formation, seed formation, fruit formation, both are occur simultaneously. Seed formation, fruit formation occur simultaneously. But this is not too simultaneous. It is earlier. It is earlier than this. Okay? During this development, during the formation of the embryo, these two are occur simultaneously. Now come to the seed formation. Right. What is seed? Right. Now, seed. Right. Seed is the end product of sexual reproduction. Is the end product. Sexual reproduction end with seed. But in angiosperm, seed with fruit, but gymnosperms only seed. Okay. Right. We can use another definition to say fertilized ovum. Fertilized ovum. After the fertilization, the ovum is as it is becomes seed. Now, stigma, style, ovum. Now, after the double fertilization, these are degenerated. What is the remaining? Ovary. Now I am going to enlarge ovary. Right. Okay? It is the wall of ovary. Wall of. Now, what is this? Ovary. After the fertilization, there is no nucellus antipodal syndrome. Now, right. Now, then, zygote. This zygote like this. See, now cotyledons, embryonic axis, cotyledons. Okay? Right. Now it is a fertilizatory embryo. Now zygote. This zygote become like this. Embryonic axis, cotyledon, epicotyl, hypocotyl, plumule, radical. Right. Now what is this pet? The pet form endosperm. This is the endosperm. Not nucellus. A new tissue in the place of nucellus. The nucellus is already consumed embryos. In that nucellus place, a new tissue, endosperm. This endosperm is also not there because this embryo is consumed. Right. Now, that means, now, what is this layer? Right. What is this layer? Once upon this integuments of ovum. Now, this embryo is as it is with the discovery. That means this covering is belongs to whom? Actually, ovum. Now this total is seed. See, now Now it is seed. Before this total is ovule. This total once upon it is ovule. Now it is seed. That means after the fertilization, this ovule becomes seed. Right? The seed containing two major parts. Two major parts. Seed coat and embryo. This embryo containing again two parts. Cartilages and embryonic axis. Now seed coat. So you can say seed as in two parts, as a seed three parts, according to your interest. If it is two parts, seed coat and embryo. But embryo is again two parts, cartilages, embryonic axis. These two together is called as embryo, and that means cartilage is also part of embryo. Right? This embryo is covered by, this is total embryo. In this total embryo, what is this longitudinal part? Axis. What is this two? Cartilage. And then, that means, what is the two major parts of embryo? Cartilages, embryonic axis. I can't say like lengthy. Simply this is called as embryo. Now what is this? Seed coat. Seed coat. That means the seed containing two parts. If it is two parts, seed coat and embryo. But sometimes, as in some books, the seed containing three parts. Seed coat, cartilage, embryonic axis. Right. Now, right. Now if you take a seed, suppose groundnut seed, Chennagai groundnut seed. Right. Now it is the groundnut seed. Now it is one cartilage. It is another cartilage. Right? Between these two cartilage, right, a small white structure is there. Here, some scar is there. Now, just I am saying, you take the one groundnut seed, ginja, right? You take any seed. Suppose in English word, that name is, I don't know, Anapakaya ginja. Right. Now it is a white scar is there. You take castor amla. Now white scar is there. You take groundnut seed, Chennagai ginja. White scar is there. Scar. This white scar is nothing microphyte. This is the seed. Now once upon. Oh, this is microphyte. It is microphyte. The microphyte is represented as a scar. That is pore. That means every seed is having a pore. That pore once upon. Now you take the groundnut seed. A brown coat is there. Brown coat. This brown coat is nothing, seed coat. When you remove the seed coat, two cartilages. Between two cartilages, a small white structure is there. It is embryonic axis. All together is called as seed. Now, if it is seed, what is this seed coat? What is this cartilage? What is this embryonic axis? All together is called as seed. This is the structure. Now, if you take the unpotted, right, green color coating, seed cover. When you remove the green color, you will find out two cartilages. In between two cartilages, some structure is there. So it is the embryonic axis between two cotyledon and covered by seed. Now altogether is called as seed. It is seed formation. Now some important sentences is there. Alright, seed. Now seed. I forget one thing. Right. What is this? What is this? Ovary. What is this? Ovary. That is before. This ovary become fruit. This ovary becomes seed. This changes simultaneously after double fertilization. Suppose now it is mango. Fruit. Now it is the seed. Okay? Now, what is this? Total fruit. Total is fruit. Right. Now, what is this? Seed. Now, what is this? Ball of fruit. Ball of fruit. The ball of fruit is nothing ball of ovary. See, this is total as this. In this total as this is become seed. This is become wall of ovary, become wall of fruit. This wall of fruit is called as pericarp. What is pericarp? Wall of fruit. Again it is having 3 layers. You know, first year, epicarp, mesocarp, endocarp. You can make it. Now, what is this? Pericarp. Now today is pericarp. Right. Of course, today is a pericarp. When you go to the back, 10 or 15 days back, it is ball of ovary. It is the evidence to say the ovary after fertilization become fruit. Due to this, in this conversion, internal parts is also converted. The internal part, what is the internal part? Ovary. The ovary is converted into seed. Now this is what the fruits are. This fruits classification and seed classification is also right. What is this? One. That is nothing. Special name is the pericarp. The pericarp may be dry, right? May be fleshy pericarp. Mango, dry, groundnut. Based on the nature of pericarp, the fruits are classified into two: dry fruits, fleshy fruits. Fleshy fruits, mango. Dry fruits, groundnut. Right? Now come to this. One thing. See. One thing is the major interesting chapter. Alright. Alright. Most important. Right. Nutritive tissues. Right. In the life cycle of the sexual reproduction, during sexual reproduction of any angiospermic plant. You take any one angiospermic plant, in its life cycle, we can find out the 5 types of nutritive tissues, not one. Tapata is a nutritive tissue for developing pollen grains. Right. What is tapata? Nutritive tissue. To go developing new cells is a nutritive tissue for developing embryo sac. The embryo sac is also required the food. The food is nothing nuisance. Now choose the third one. Endosperm. Endosperm. It is diploid. It is also diploid, but it is endosperm is another nutritive tissue for growing embryo or developing embryo. Now another nutritive tissue that is diploid, cotyledons. Cotyledons. Right. This cotyledon is a nutritive tissue for baby plant, seedling. You know, when you keep the seed in the soil and pour the water, after 2 days, the seed germinates. Right. Immediately, simultaneously with the germination, it is not having green leaf. Just after 1 week, now this baby plant develop the leaf. When it develop the leaf, it captures the sunlight, undergoes photosynthesis, they make their own food. But up to photosynthesis, this baby plant requires the food. That food is cotyledons. Right. Now another one, perisperm. It is exception. Some seeds what is this? Nucellus is a nutritive tissue for embryo sac. Now, it is the seed. If it is seed, it is a pore. It is a seed pore. Now, what is this? Cotyledons. Now, it is embryonic axis altogether is called a seed. Right. Okay. Now, in the seed, result food material, that is the nutritive tissue, is there or not there? Yes, in the form of cotyledon. But what is this? Nucellus. It is already when the sexual reproduction is reaching to the seed. Now we are discussing one by one, right? When we reach the seed formation. Now the sexual reproduction is reach the seed formation. When the sexual reproduction reaches the seed formation, actually there is no nucellus because it is already consumed by embryos. But in some cases, nucellus is also there. Right. The nucellus which is present in the seed is specially called as perisperm. Residual persistent nucellus of seed. See, this word perisperm is exceptional but not common. Now, seed, generally the seed never containing nucellus. If the generally nucellus is present in ovule. Generally nucellus is present in ovule and act as a fruit for developing embryo sac. Okay. After that it will be consumed, right, degenerated. But in some cases like black pepper, seeds of black pepper. black pepper and wheat. Right. Now, seeds of black pepper, wheat are example for periscope. It is exceptional thing. The another last one. The seeds are classified into two types based on presence and absence of endosperm. Now, what is this endosperm? Actually, endosperm is a nutritive tissue for growing embryo. Now, based on presence or absence of endosperm. Just you must catch it. Suppose now what it is? Let's see. What it is? Embryonical axis. If any nutritive tissue is present in seed, that nutritive tissue in the seed may be cartilage, may be endosperm, may be nucellus, whatever it may be. Suppose any nutritive tissue is present in seed, that nutritive tissue which is present in seed for whom? Baby plant. But generally, cartilaginous is a true nutritive tissue which is located in the seed for baby. But in some cases, right. Now, what it is? Endosperm. This is endosperm. This endosperm is a nutritive tissue for growing embryo. After the consuming of endosperm by embryo, some may be residual, some may be remaining in the seed. Such are called albuminous seeds or endospermic seeds. Without endosperm, non-albuminous seeds. Non-albuminous seeds are non-endospermic seeds. Non-endospermic seeds, example, pea and groundnut. This is the most important for theoretical exam and examination point. Right. This is the seeds of pea, seeds of groundnut is a non-endospermic seeds, and the seeds does not contain endosperm. If the seeds containing endosperm is called as albuminous seeds and endosperm. Castor, maize, example for endosperm. This is about the post-fertilization events. Thank you. Okay. Fruit and its classification. Fertilized ovary. After fertilization, the ovary becomes fruit. Hence, fertilized ovary is called as fruit. Now, based on pericarp, wall of fruit is called as pericarp. Based on pericarp, some fruits are dry fruits, some fruits are fleshy fruits. Now, based on origin, true fruits, false fruits. Right. In general, it is a pedicel, thalamus, seminal, petal, right. Right. See, after fertilization, if fruit origin from only ovary, other than any floral parts, what it is? Fruit. If the fruit is formed by only ovary, such fruits is called as fruit. If the fruit's origin by only ovary, but sometimes in additional to ovary, some other floral parts is also involved. Exception. Maybe petals, maybe thalamus, or maybe thalamus, whatever it may be, other floral parts. If fruit formation if the fruit formation along with ovary, some other floral parts are involved, such is called as false fruits. Example, apple, strawberry, cashew. Now you take apple fruit, which is edible. That edible apple fruit containing ovary and also thalamus. The thalamus is other part of flora. Hence, the apple is false fruit. But you take the mango, it is only ovary. Hence, it is a true. Nothing. If the fruit is formed by only ovary, such is called true. But in some cases, along with ovary, some other parts are involved. Such fruits is called as false. Right. Now come to the based on fertilization. Right. Sometimes this ovary without fertilization become a fruit. Such is called as part-11 fruit, that is banana. This is seedless fruits because after the fertilization only ovary becomes seed. The parthenocarpic fruits not containing seeds because only ovary, external part of ovary become fruit, but internal part ovule degenerate because fertilization does not happen. Exception to only ovary, but not inner ovary. Right. Based on fertilization. Now come to the seed. Fertilization of ovary is called as seed. Based on endosperm, albuminous seeds are endospermic seeds. Non-albuminous seeds, non-endospermic seeds. Now what is this albuminous? The seed, if the seed containing endosperm, such seeds is called as endospermic or albuminous. Example, maize, castor seeds. Non-albuminous seeds, pea seeds and groundnut seeds. Now come to the seed viability. It is another important topic. Right. Viability. So, generally, you know this word. This person. You must know this word. This person. Some. Suppose you take the lady finger. Bendakaya. Esculentum, Solanum esculentum. Or you take the Anapakaya. Right. When you leave the fruit of Anapakaya on plant, right. After mature, it will be break. The fruit will be break. In this break, the seeds can disperse to other area. This is the natural phenomenon. But our benefit, for man benefit, before maturing, we are taking. That is our commercial purpose. But if you are not on commercial thinking, right? Every fruit must fall to the ground, or some fruits will be broken. The seeds are dispersed. Right now, seed viability. The duration of the seed as a line between from its dispersal to germinate. From which time to which time? The time from dispersal to time from germination. This duration is called seed viability. Seed viability. Right. In few plants only months, but majority years. Right. Groundnut seed, it is nearly we can store 1 year because its viability is 1 year. Right. This is important topic, seed viability. That is the duration of the seed as a line between from its dispersal to germination.